everyone. I am Laugh Blood Lindy, and this is Little Cup of Blood. We are ready to play some Vampire the Masquerade shenanigans. Tonight is going to be a shorter episode because, you know, it's a little 1v1, 1v1, 1-on-1. We're not versus each other. I'm not that kind of DM, but it's like a one-person solo side mission.
One and one?
1 and 1? I don't want to say 1-on-1 because that's got some dirty connotations, but
no.
Maybe. So, we'll see. But there's a brothel. We'll find out. Who knows? But let me remind you of ways that you can interact with today's brief 1 to 2 hour long stream. Number 1, tweet. We get 20 retweets. I can do the command. Aha! We get 20 retweets. You'll get a viewer decision that affects Jim. Just Jim. It'll be great. And so, you know, definitely retweet it. We want, you know, crazy solo mission times. There's also nat 20s, nat 1s, and wild magic surges, which get real interesting and a lot of fun sometimes in Vampire the Masquerade. So, you know,
your options are pretty much and
yeah,
the NPCs
and me. Yeah, the NPCs. We've got the taxman. We've got Chad. We've got a bunch of vampires. Whole lot of vampires, and you know, common townsfolk, and a demon. There's the demon guy too, but he's kind of talking with the father right now, so he's not really gonna be involved in tonight's session. So yeah, let's start off with a little recap of what happened last week, because it was a little insane, got a little crazy. So they decided, after getting some information from the Nosferatu Jamal, that they were going to throw basically a baptism party to say, protect your children from the plague. You know, get the Lord's blessings for them. And Anais wanted it to kind of be a masquerade, so it's kind of like a classy baptism party. It's a bit strange, but, you know, it's New Orleans. Oh, anything goes. There's lots of masks around this time of year anyways, because Mardi Gras is coming up. People are considering canceling it because of this whole plague business, but hopefully it'll all get resolved before that happens, and y'all can enjoy, you know, the Carnival. And so Jim Kelly was playing the piano at this event. Ichabod was entertaining the children. Anais is talking to a Bruja Justicar, and I believe Dari is doing Dari stuff, and then the good father Seamus is speaking with a certain demon, and in Big Bill Thompson's body. He's kindly explaining to him how, you know, those beautiful plagues of Egypt were all his doing, and how he was also responsible for the Black Plague. He just didn't have it killed way more people, just didn't have the flair that the 10 plagues of Egypt had, so he was really proud of those efforts. And Jim left to take over the door, and, you know, check, basically, they had a list of names, and only one person was on it. Wild magic surge for good old Jim. Also, could you ever run into a Promethean or a Geist? Because I am mean. We will see what happens.
JJ, what am I doing here?
All right. So roll me that deal with 10,000. While I finish the ramp up.
I should do the thing where I get into the
into the fantasy rounds. Yeah,
yes,
it's fine. Me too. I'm prepared.
or I could just roll a thing, a 10, right? Right.
It's a D10,000.
Yes.
So I don't think we have physical dice for that. But yes,
we do not.
They had a guest list, and there's only one name on the guest list. These are my notes, by the way. They're so filled up. And it said
we can't tell.
Menes.
The exposure makes it apparent that there's definitely stuff on there.
Total stuff.
Yes.
And so Menes was the person who was on the list. And they're basically like, oh yes, name, oh yes, you're in, it's fine, you're totally fine. Name, oh yes, you're fine. Basically, they're trying to figure out who this guy was. And so Jim's at the door, taking over for Anais, and he's like, name? And this guy just kind of reaches over and taps it on the notepad. Just like, oh, you know who I am. We've met before. I'm this guy. Having not even seen the other side of the notepad. All right, 4968. Okay.
Yeah, what is that?
That is going to be... See, I need to get the wild magic surge up.
I do too.
Or... one of the two. Haha, I got it.
Ah, there it is. Hey!
It used to be WMS. Way back in the day.
Back in the day.
So back in the day, 4968.
Okay.
Target appears to have been assembled out of bamboo.
All right.
Okie dokie then. Let's go with, in order to get ready for the party, Ichabod was cleaning up all those toys and stuff. He found some face paint. And he decided to make Jim
It is a
look like a
masquerade.
little wooden doll for the masquerade. Like, you know, because like a little marionette doll playing the piano would be very entertaining.
Yes. Yes,
So-
that works. So costume.
We'll say instead of
taken
just
care of.
like washable paint, this stuff is like, it was like permanent marker essentially, and so it's stuck on for a little while. Jim's it's gonna take that a little while to run off.
He's gonna have to take a few baths to get that off.
It's gonna take a little while. Because, you know, he doesn't have the growing new skin cells to really wash it off. It's gonna take some scrubbing.
Yes.
Be a little long. It's gonna look like
gonna
little
need a heck of a sponge for that.
little doll for a little while.
Yes.
So that's actually kind of cool. I dig it. So yeah, this vampire guy. Well, you know he's a vampire now, as he's pointed to his name on your little notepad that you're holding up.
Right. Well. Please come on in, if you wish.
Is this a potluck? I'm afraid I didn't bring anything.
No, we had everything provided for, but for a certain number of guests, of course.
Of course. Well, I suppose I'll be seeing you inside.
Yeah.
And he
By all means, go ahead and enjoy yourself.
kind of just walks on in with his white suit, which you know is a rather bold move for a vampire. A lot of you wear dark colors and black, so if you get blood on it, it hides. This guy is wearing a white, immaculate suit.
Clearly, he gives no fucks.
No fucks, or he's that good.
Mhm.
So, Chad, who's also at the door with you as a bouncer, he's kind of like slides over next to you and he's like, is that the guy? Like the guy that we are supposed to... Oh.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let Miss Dari know, and I'll be right back.
Sure, I'll keep a watch at the door for a bit.
All right. And he kind of just like, excuse me, pardon me, come through. All right, excuse me, and just beelines for Dari. You see them having a conversation for a couple of minutes, and then he comes back. He says, well, she doesn't know what to do. I don't know what to do either. There's a lot of people here at this shindig, but I've got a few, you've met with Miss Marie Laveau, and, well, I do a little bit of voodoo here on the side. Just so happens that I might have a couple of trinkets that might be potentially helpful in this scenario, because I don't know what in the hell we are planning on doing here, or what's going to happen. But, I'm not particularly fond of dying tonight in case that happens. I'm not quite durable as you lot are.
Well, to be quite honest, I'm not quite as durable as the rest of them anyhow, so I'm right there with you. I'm not
sounds
into
like you and
dying for
I
real.
should maybe make a little stop to my house. I've got some things that might help us out a bit.
Against that guy?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've got this one thing. I've got this like artifact kind of type thing. It's from my former, lord. But I'm not quite sure what it does. Maybe we can use it as a bartering tool or a chip or something. Be like, hey, we'll give you this if you get out of town.
Listen, if we can do something to talk him out of just sticking around and doing whatever the heck he's trying to do, I'll take it.
All right. So
we'll leave it to them to keep him entertained.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. And you see him like grab somebody. It's one of Father Seamus's people. Could you get the door for us, sweetheart? Just write down people's names as they come in. And he gives him the clipboard, like crosses off the name that's already on there and hands her a pencil. She's like, oh, I could do that, certainly. And he's like, all right, good. Let's go.
Yes. Gonna
Right.
march on out of there at a good clip.
At a good clip. That is an excellent plan. So, you guys walk through the streets of New Orleans, and you can hear that there is a lot of sound going on throughout the town. It sounds like there's more mobs than there have been the previous couple nights. Like, it's been building every night, and there's even more people running about with torches and pitchforks and dragging people around through the streets.
More of the folks that have been stirred up by Big Bill Johnson.
Big Bill Thompson. Yeah, more of them.
Yes.
He did say he still had he had tonight covered so he could step away. So you see there's lights going off throughout the city of New Orleans, and Chadwick kind of leads you throughout the streets, kind of leaning more towards the back alleys as you are. Two pretty young strapping guys. No one really gives you any problems.
Sure.
And eventually
you can punch him otherwise.
Yeah, you can punch him. You guys can pack a pretty good punch. Eventually, you make your way to Chad's house. You've never been here before. In fact, I don't think anyone's been here before. Dari may have stalked the place out, but he's a pretty private person. He's got a nice little, wooden lean-to thing on the edge of town, on the opposite side of the B&B, actually. And he kind of pulls out a couple keys. He's got a couple different locks. He unlocks them, opens the door, kind of sticks his hand and unpulls a chain, comes back, opens the door, and, lets you in.
Just gonna kind of pause a little bit, just make sure it's even safe to walk in after watching that display.
He's walked in.
Okay.
You can never be too careful. Oh no, on this side of town. So,
Sure. I don't think anybody's gonna mess with you, though.
Out here. Yeah, well, after I showed them last time. He's kind of on the edge of the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, all right, stuff I've got is it's up in the attic. And he kind of walks over, pushes up a couple of planks, pulls down a rope ladder. He's like, I'm not sure quite where I left it. There's a bunch of old stuff up here. You want to help me look around for it?
Sure. And he'll climb on up there and start getting a look around.
It's like this.
What's it look like? What am I looking for exactly?
It's kind of made out of stone, kind of shaped like a triangle, pyramid maybe, kind of type thing. Shaped like that.
Okay.
And it's got some gems around the outside of it. There's a different color on each side.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's about big. It's real heavy.
All right. He'll start looking around, I guess, investigation or something like that.
Yeah, give me an investigation intelligence.
Yeah, let me see what I can do.
Okie dokie.
Where's my sheet?
It's somewhere.
I have it. I do. Somewhere. I lost it.
We're so prepared.
Yes. I had it. I don't know what happened to it. I think his investigation was a 3.
Okay. Just roll 40-10 or whatever.
Okay. Oops, sorry. There we go. Oh, dang it. There we go.
Alrighty. Oh, excellent. You got 1 success. That's all you really need. It's not too hard to find. It does take you guys a little while. It probably takes 20 minutes of opening crates and boxes and stuff. And so eventually you find it kind of buried in some straw. There's also some other interesting items up here. There's a lot of voodoo paraphernalia, a lot of which you recognize kind of from Relevos. There's mortar and pestle. There's a small little voodoo shrine type thing. There's several dolls and strings of herbs and stuff hanging up in the attic. The downstairs house looked pretty normal, but the upstairs, it's a lot more voodoo up here. You've also seen several kegs what look like wine kegs or whiskey barrels. You're not really certain, but he's instructed you not to mess with those. They seem to have the label kind of crossed off. But when you get close, like you're looking through a crate, you kind of smell... Actually, let's make you roll. We've got rolls.
Sure.
We're vampires. Give me a... Let's go with composure.
Okay.
Mm,
And I have my sheet now,
And-
finally.
you do. Yay. A composure. Awareness.
Composure awareness. Okay. I'm sort of okay at those things.
Okay. All right. No successes. So you're not able to quite
No.
keep your cool as you realize you smell blood in these wine barrels, but you also smell wine. It's like it's mixed.
Wine.
And there's also
wine
like another
blood?
kind of like pungent, another kind of pungent smell somewhere in there that you can't identify.
Uh,
And so you're kind of like
what are you?
kind of drawn to
Yeah.
them.
It's like,
But that's
that's really good.
It's more of a composure. What's your hunger
in
level at,
those?
by the way?
1.
1? Okay, good. You don't tap the barrel thing.
No. He's like eyeing it like it's dessert on a plate and he's really interested in it, but you
Yeah,
know.
because you can actually eat food and stuff because you're thin blood.
Mhm.
He goes, that's my juice. It's what keeps me going. Yeah, I was a former
Oh.
ghoul. And you kind of can only remain a ghoul if you reach a certain age and you continue drinking blood. But it has to be the blood of the
Right.
person you're blood bonded to. So,
Oh.
well, when he got a blood hunt called on him, let's just say the person who called him let me drain him into a few barrels of wine first.
Oh. That's some special stuff then.
Yeah.
Kind of back away. to like so he
Basically,
can't
I'll keep
smell
going
it
as long as
much.
I got to.
Oh. Well, looks like you got plenty to last for a pretty long time.
Yep, I've only had to go through one barrel so far, so, I got 4 more. I
You
rolled a
able to
D6.
turn that back?
Turn it back into...
Like, go back to being human?
Oh, well, I could have at one point in time, but it's pretty much just figure I'd turn to dust at this point if I stopped. I'm a bit older than I look.
Oh. Well, you look good for your age, I guess.
Thank you. All right, and that's when you find he's kind of like dumped out like a sack of like stuff, and he's digging through it. And you see the item he described in question.
Okay. Yeah, as he sees it, he's gonna point out, hey, is that the thing?
Oh, there it is. No idea what it does, and he kind of like picks it up. He's like, "You want to look at it?"
Sure. Not that he's liable to know either, but he'll take a look at it. Just like
All right.
hold it awkwardly.
Yeah, you feel like it's kind of odd because there's a bunch of there's 4 gems on each side, and then 1 on the bottom, and it's each gem is a different color. There's like a ruby, sapphire, an emerald. There's a diamond on the bottom, and then there's like maybe kind of yellow gem. You're not quite sure what it is on the
Sure.
4th side,
Well, damn, this thing's got to be worth a fortune.
right? Figure it's got to be worth more than just monetary value because it's holding on to it for quite some time.
I mean, if we can't figure out what the heck it does other than being worth a lot of money, at least you've got a lot of money sitting in your attic.
That's what I figure. But hopefully, maybe we can take it to someone and
Maybe
figure out what it does.
Gustav might know a thing or two about it.
That's
Is
a
Gustav
right,
at the
good,
party
mighty
yet?
fine idea. I don't think he had arrived at the party yet. I don't
Okay.
remember. I'll have to watch the last episode. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Maybe he had to go back to his house to pick something up if he had.
I mean, he seems busy these days because there might be a plague.
There's a plague. He's got a lot of bodies to cremate.
Yes, he's working overtime.
He
We could
loves
see
it.
if maybe Gustav knows a thing or two about this. He seems up on weird
Yeah.
magic shit.
Let's bring it over to his place. You can take a look at it.
Yeah, seems like an idea. You got a blanket or something we can wrap it up in so
Oh yeah,
don't
sure. Just down the
see the shinies?
down the stairs. Yeah, people probably go crazy
He'll
for that
take it
kind of
down.
thing right now. Yeah, he'll just kind of like
He'll
rip
take
the
it down
quilt off
and,
the bed.
Yeah, wrap it up in a quilt or towel or something.
All right, yeah, let's bring it into the weirdo's place. Seems to know a
Yeah.
bit of blood magic. Maybe it's got something to do with that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know one thing about any of it.
I know a lot of things, and this is something I do not know about. So you guys,
Okay. Yeah, we'll
Head
head to
outside?
Gustav's and make our way in that direction.
all right, you start heading your way in that direction, and you see a familiar figure, kind of on the road ahead of you.
Gonna
He's
stop
pretty
and-
shorter, little stockier. He's got a nice suit on. In fact, you only saw him maybe like a day before.
All right. Is this our taxman?
He's got a
friend?
briefcase. Yeah, he's the tax man.
Okay.
Mr. Jack
Wow.
Brady, the IRS.
Don't look now, but our fine, upstanding friend from the IRS is up there.
Oh,
Jim's
joy.
gonna like sidle to the other side of the street as casually as
Okay.
possible.
Just real casuals walking across.
Yeah, just like
the other
they're
side of the
across the
street.
street, cause like they meant to the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what the hell he's doing running around.
Let me
Not even
see.
tax season.
It's not. You got the guy. It's kind of crazy. Whoa, those dice went
Intravenous
everywhere.
revenue service.
So don't actually fling your dice on fantasy grounds, because they'll go all over.
Yeah.
And it won't actually roll.
Yes.
I
Yes.
just learned that right now. 3 successes.
goodness.
You guys are
Oh.
kind of walking across the street, real nonchalant. It's basically when Han Solo's like, I don't know, fly casual. You guys are like, yeah, just walking along. It's, like 11 p.m., but it's fine. You're playing it cool. You're fine. It's all good. And you see he's like filling out like a report or something. There's a note on the door next to him, and then he's like, kind of looks up, and his head snaps like directly towards you guys.
Shit.
All right. I'll suggest that we play. I think we're both strong
Yeah.
suit in that.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Just gonna act like we didn't notice him.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if he calls out, the Jim will reply in kind, but he's just gonna act like he did not even see that because it was in the
Yeah, see-
periphery of his vision.
Uh-huh. You kind of just keep walking nonchalantly, kind of nodding and talking. Yep, playing dumb. Yep. And then from behind you, you hear a voice, ahem. Good evening again, good sirs. It has been, a day.
Oh,
you bit,
right. Hi, taxman. Sorry.
Yes, Mr. Jack Brady. Mr.
Right.
Jim Kelly? Chadwick?
Yeah. That's us.
Anderson? Yes.
The-
You both are current on
working-
your taxes. But yes, we see. The IRS never sleeps. There's always taxes to be collected, revenue to be taxed. People
course.
are constantly evading the IRS, and it just doesn't bode well for him. Also, there's this plague running amok. It's rather terrible, nasty business.
Yeah, that's true. It's been hitting pretty hard lately. What's got
Indeed.
you out and about with all that going on?
Well, you see, it just so happens to be the plague that's got me going out and about. Not to collect before, they bite the dust, that's all. He doesn't seem terribly, genuine about that statement.
Sure.
You don't even need an insight check about that. He's
Yeah.
just, yep.
Right. Yeah, gotta get your money's worth, I guess.
Exactly. The government always needs taxes. Without taxes, the government would cease to function. We can't.
Oh,
have
sure. Yeah, of course. Believe me, I know you're talking to a New York boy.
that.
City's got to run on something.
It does have to run on something. Speaking of which, have you seen any more of Mr. Thompson? I'm afraid I've been unable to locate him. He seems to be quite the busy fellow, constantly moving about.
Oh yeah, he's saw him just the other night. He's been, leading those vampire hunts of his or whatever they are.
Yes, they're so righteous.
Yeah.
In their efforts.
Burning up the town more like, but
Yes, well, as long as no one commits insurance fraud, if their building goes up in flames, I don't think we'll have much problems.
right. Well,
Insurance fraud is
Let me do
almost
it.
as bad as tax evasion. Just so you know.
Noted. I don't own a business or a building around here, but I'll make sure Miss Dari knows, I guess.
Yes.
She's upstanding enough.
Yes, and I noticed that the B&B was closed again this evening. That makes 2 nights in a row. Is the business going all right?
Oh, yeah, it's going fine. It's just, with everything going on with the plague, people
Yes,
aren't
of
exactly
course.
in the mood to have a great time as much. And it's a little
Of
unsafe
course.
for our girls.
Though I did hear that there was a bit of a shindig going on by the river this evening. Sponsored by the
Yeah.
Ivory Chapel.
Yes, the father wanted to inspire the people a little bit, give some hope in
Yes.
these dark times, being what they are.
Yes.
So, they've been
Dark times,
trying to
indeed.
celebrate a little bit, and
Yes, dark times. All these vampires running amok.
the worst kind. Yeah. Well, we were actually just running some errands for that very thing, Chad and I.
Yes.
Since we've been helping
Good.
out, but I don't want to disturb your evening any further.
Of course not.
All
And you
due
haven't
respect.
seen Mr. Thompson anywhere this evening.
He might have actually shown up at that party, but real briefly. I thought I saw him go through the doors.
Mhm.
I was
Maybe.
kind of in and out. I was running
Yes,
a few
errands.
errands.
Of course. Well, I believe I will check out this shindig, as you say, and maybe see if anyone saw where he went. Thank
By
you
all
so much
means.
for your time, Mr. Kelly. I'm sure
Of
I'll be
course.
seeing you around.
Yeah, more than likely. Good luck with your tax collecting.
Of course. I won't need it, though. Tax almost collects itself. And
I'll bet.
he
He's
kind
just
of
gonna look at Chad and be like, "Come on, we've got to finish those errands. Or Miss Dari's gonna get mad."
Of course, yep, right. We're getting right on that. All right. Good job with the talking. Yeah.
And we'll carry on our way.
Okay.
Starry's gonna be real pissed that I directed him at the party. Shit.
Yeah, well, better I'd say at the party than directing him at us. 'Cause, I saw him glance down at
if
that
he's-
quilt we're holding a couple times. It is a little suspicious be carrying a quilt around at like midnight.
Yeah, well, true. But I mean, if he's after that Bill guy, I don't see that as a problem.
Yeah, don't you think it's a little odd? He was after Tony, and now he's after Big Bill. Considering
Yeah, something's a little.
that it's Mr. Body Hopper himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's collecting taxes. Or if he's
That's
collecting
why he
taxes,
scares me.
they're different.
There's only 2 things that are
Well.
certain: death and taxes.
And taxes. Right. Well, put all our problems in one place, maybe they'll take care of themselves. I think that was the whole point of the party, right?
They'll either take care of themselves or something real big's gonna happen. So we'll find out when we get back.
Yeah, maybe we should start shopping for a new place to live.
That might be wise. Let's go head over to Gustav's.
Right, yeah, the thing. And he kind of pats the quilt.
Boop, boop, boop. And so it's not suspicious at all.
Nope, we're just carrying around a mysterious wrapped bundle at midnight in New Orleans, down the back alleys. Nothing
Vampire hunt.
suspicious about that.
Nope. So you guys get to the crematorium, and you hear like a cheerful tune coming from inside being whistled.
He'll give a knock on the door. Hey, Gustav, you in?
Guten Abend, please enter. Come in, Mr. Kelly. Herr Kelly, it is a pleasure to see you as always.
Nice to
Is
see
there
you
anything
too.
I can do for you this evening? Do you not have that party I was going to go to?
Yeah, about that.
See, it's funny, I actually got there, and then I realized I still had to have some cremations going on. I was going to get way behind on work, so I stopped back in here, and then I'm going to be going back later.
Yeah. About what time did you leave? Did you see a gentleman wearing white?
I did not. 9. He was,
Okay.
that would be, an interesting color to wear since there's a plague going on,
Yeah,
I guess-
well, there's some
happy,
things about
cheerful
that
color.
you should... There's some things about that you should probably know. But the reason we're here, he'll
Yeah.
put the bundle on the table and unwrap it, unveil it.
Mm-hmm.
You have any idea what the hell this thing does? Or is?
This is very interesting. I've never quite seen anything like this before, but it is very intriguing.
Dad
You
had
gotta
it
examine
hanging out
it.
in his attic. Since forever.
Anderson, I had no idea you were such a collector of rare and special antiquities, such as these. Yeah, it's like, I kind of inherited it. Been in the family, you could say, for quite some time now. Just a couple 100 years or so. It's like, oh, interesting indeed. I do not know exactly what this is now. However, I could study it for you if you like. Maybe figure out exactly what it does.
I
sense that there is indeed some power in this item. This artifact, it is very old. Extraordinarily old.
And looks like it's made out of a lot of gemstones. So, about the party. Now, I'm trying to remember, did we talk to Gustav about, what... did he get informed about what the heck is going on, or, how much does he already
knows that
know?
it's a curse, not a plague.
Okay.
You guys have told him that
Okay.
much, and that people affected by who practice voodoo are unaffected.
Okay. So yeah, Jim is just gonna give him the lowdown about what they found out about this Ninny's guy
Mm-hmm.
being in
Okay,
town.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he'll just explain. He's like, yeah, there's a fella that showed up in town, and turns out he's kind of a ancient, crazy vampire that seems to be here causing a heck of a time.
That
He's
is
the one that I decked out in
disturbing
white,
news.
like he owns the place. Yeah.
Interesting. You see, when vampires reach a certain age, they already get a little crazy upstairs. It gets increasingly difficult to adapt to the times, But then, if they're crazy and then ancient, well, it just adds a whole nother level. Whew.
Yeah.
Things are about to get very interesting in New Orleans.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And he just walked into our party where everybody is at right now.
Maybe I shall stay here instead of returning back to the parties and
I can't say that would be a bad idea, but I don't know what's going to happen there, and that's kind of why we went and grabbed this thing. If there's some way we can... I don't know, if it's valuable enough, we could trade it to him and convince him to get the hell out. Or
It's
something.
possible, I suppose. Let me look at it and see what I can discern.
He's gonna
Yeah.
spend some time examining it. Let's see. Let me can make a roll. Let's see. Look at his stats. I made him a sheet, guys. He's got stats.
Oh, we love Gustav.
Gustav is great. Okay. He actually gets to roll a pretty number of these.
Gonna see a dice storm? Ooh.
Ooh,
Look at
okay.
all those dice!
Look at all the dice. Yes, there are very many of them. 1, 2, 3. Here's 3 successes. 3. So, 3 to 7's not bad, but it doesn't quite make the DC of what it is to discern what this item is. And so he says, I have a feeling that this is a very unique item, and that the colors of the gemstones correlate somehow to its whatever its use is, but I cannot quite figure it out. I feel like I would need more time to be able to
Alright,
discern
well.
what this fully does. Maybe I could spend the evening with it and then bring it to the party, or you could just bring it to the party now, and maybe I could sit in a back room and study it there, not interact with the rest of the group, so that, if the back door had the back doors, then that would be great too.
So you could just escape? Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing the same. Yeah, what? I guess you could hang on. Well, Chad, is that alright if he hangs on to it for a bit and...
I mean, I know
figures out
where
what the heck
Gustav
this thing
lives.
is?
I don't know what it does. I feel like no one's half the battle sometimes, so I have a problem with
Yeah.
it.
Right. Well, that gives us a few hours to hope that the place doesn't go up in flames. Or whatever the
Oh.
hell that guy's gonna do.
No idea. Well, it's right. There's a little like side room. There's like a shed. We can let Gustav study this in. Back at the place.
Yeah.
I'm sure things are getting mighty exciting right about now.
Yeah. Right. Well then.
Let me just get some of my sinks, and you see he's got some of like the blood animated corpses just shoveling coal into the cremator thing. The name of it's
His
escaping
help.
me right now. His help, and they're shoveling their fellow corpses into it as well, and just sliding the thing in. He's very efficient. Good old German
Hey.
efficiency.
Don't have to pay the labor.
And he's not getting near those flames. He's a vampire. No one's gonna think to look at the crematorium for a vampire.
It's very smart.
So you guys, he kind of like gets them to like kind of just shove a bit extra coal and a couple corpses in there, and he says, "All right, you guys rest until I get back." And he just kind of snaps his fingers, and they go thunk like onto like some slabs. So that way, if people walk in, they won't be like, "Oh no, the zombies, the dead are walking. Whatever will we do?" And so, I'm not here to supervise. I generally unanimate them.
I mean, they're already burning places down thinking there are vampires around. So,
We do not need the extra. Yeah.
right. Well then, off to the party.
All right, off we go. You guys kind of walk along a little bit, and let's have you roll me an intelligence awareness check just to see what you noticed on your way
Sure.
back.
Let's see.
How not oblivious is Jim? Do
will.
intelligence and awareness. That's pretty okay.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's 2 successes. You smell a little extra smoke in the air, Jim. as you're kind of walking along.
Yeah.
You
I'm
also
looking
smell like
around
a little
to see-
formaldehyde, because you know,
Yeah.
what's his Gustav's with you.
Sure. He probably
He likes
smells
to
like that
experiment with
literally
different-
24/7. That's his unique perfume.
So yeah, it's a very unique scent. It keeps most people away enough, so he doesn't have to interact. He's not much of a people person, but he likes you guys.
Yeah. Does it look like can I see smoke anywhere, like in
You
the skyline
can.
at all?
You
Like, where
can.
there's
You see,
probably a fire.
it's kind of wafting. You see, actually wafting up from a few different areas, and it's a bit more smoke than the regular bonfires have been tonight.
Okay.
But they're in the
Ooh.
same kind of vicinities as the bonfires were.
Okay.
There's
Is it
one
anywhere near
that's
the
actually
church or the B&B?
one plume of smoke that appears to be kind of near where the B&B is at.
Okay.
It's in that same kind of district. It's hard to tell because you're
Sure.
it's a few blocks away, but
Right.
there's a lot of smoke coming from that area. You could definitely
That doesn't look
investigate it
good.
on your way to the party if
Okay.
you'd like.
Yeah, we'll swing that way because, like, with it being hard to tell if the B&B goes up in flames, that's a problem. Hey, we should maybe check that out. You think?
Chad appeared to be kind of absorbed in some thoughts, and he pointed out, and he's like, "Oh, that's a little close.
Look,
Yeah,
That's a heck of a lot close to home. I don't like that.
all right. Let's
Not
check
saying
it
we
out
should
then."
run- Yeah, not saying we should necessarily run to the fire, but
You know, like
call
in the
for help.
vicinity, kind of just check it out, see what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
That's a lot of smoke.
Yes. So, yeah, we'll go take a look and make sure it's not our building burning or too close to
Okay.
our building.
You get to where the B&B is. You're kind of like taking like the back alleys to just avoid the roads. You can hear yells and screams and chantings of like burn him from like
Yeah.
way off in the side. And there definitely appears to be a block of the city on fire.
Great.
Only a couple blocks away from the B&B.
These assholes. Well, they're not burning our area, so let them do their thing, I guess.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't spread much.
Is it very windy tonight?
Let me check. I'm gonna roll.
Let's find out.
I'm gonna roll a d6 because my fantasy grounds is frozen for me. So on an odd number, it's windy. On an even number, it's not. That's 5. It's a windy night.
Oh, good. You know, maybe we should talk to the authorities about these people starting their lynch mobs, burning shit down.
All right. Like, police?
Yeah. I know you're probably not into that, right?
I mean, maybe we should get some of our things out of the B&B. Just in case. I mean, I don't have many things here, but...
Not a bad idea. Can we stash them somewhere?
Yeah.
I mean, I would feel like our group probably has a bolt hole of some kind where we might stash things.
Like, well,
in the event of
he's like,
needing to
you
make
know,
a
you could
hasty-
probably keep them at the church. You can always put stuff at the church. Because the church, due to having like the cemetery around it, it's not really close
Mhm.
to any other buildings. So the church is one of the least likely
It's pretty
places to
remote.
catch on fire, and it's not very
Yeah.
far.
Okay. Oh, do I dare sneak into the church when the father is not around? That's a
Yeah.
terrible idea. Gosh, what could be found down there? All right. Yeah, we'll go and grab some of our stuff from
Yeah.
the B&B to get
Okay.
it safely
Mhm.
out of the way.
All right, just in case, because it is a windy night. So,
Everybody wants me to raid the church.
I don't know. See what happens.
mean-
So,
We're
you
gonna go
guys,
stash stuff there, so
there's like a wheelbarrow, so you can just fill it up with some stuff.
yeah. If we've got a cart or a wheelbarrow or something, we can just
Mhm.
put the real valuable stuff. I assume we've probably got a lockbox where, you know, the
Yeah, where a lot
proceeds
of the money's kept. Yes. Yeah, you can throw the lockbox in there. Chad grabs a couple of he grabs the box of confiscated jewelry. And looks at it in disgust and throws it in.
Hey, Chad, what's your deal with the jewelry thing, anyhow?
Oh,
I've always been a little curious about that.
Well, you see, there was this girl once, and thought she was pretty cool. Then she gave me some cursed jewelry, and it wasn't very cool. And I don't like it. Just can't abide the stuff.
Gotcha.
I mean, I got the curse removed. Miss Laveau, Marie Laveau does wonders, but I just never been
Gotcha.
partial to it ever since.
You know, that makes sense. I can't say I blame you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and he's gonna...
Turns out you
Tim's gonna
should never
go-
trust a witch.
Really? You think?
Well, you live and you learn.
Yeah, or you die and you learn.
Died kind of
Anyway.
weird in between. Yeah, you exist and you learn.
Yes. That's...
Yeah, right.
Sounds about right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pack up. He's gonna go up and get his stuff out of the room that he's laid claim to as his, and among the things he grabs is his one good jacket. That's his one nice jacket, couple of just scattered belongings, and a small box of letters. The letters that he's written and received to his mom and sister. He keeps those in a little box, stashes all that stuff up in a bag.
Nice.
And
All right, Chad grabs the lock boxes, the box of confiscated jewelry and pocket watches. He goes and grabs a couple things out of some of the girls' rooms. He's like, "You want to get Jezebel's room? I'm getting Anais' trunk. I don't think she'd be mighty happy if anything happened to her stuff."
Yeah, make sure you grab everything.
She's the person I
pretty.
want to. Yeah, she's the one I want to piss off the least. So.
Right? Yeah, I'll take care of Jezebel's room. I know what she's gonna want to keep.
All right. So he just kind of grabbed a couple things from each of the girls' room, and then he just gets a trunk and just starts putting Anais' stuff in it. I'm just gonna put everything in here.
All of her outfits, all of her jewelry.
Yeah. Everything.
I'm sure Chad is holding the jewelry like this.
He just uses a pillowcase and he's just grabbing it and sticking it in there.
Yep. So packing up all the valuables and such. Jim will grab a hand mirror and some things that he knows are pretty important to Jezebel, and pack them safely up and bundle them. And
she's got a locket from beforehand. So she's got some things. You're able to pack everything up. It's just everything but the trunk will fit in the wheelbarrow. So if you get the wheelbarrow, Chad will carry the trunk of Anais' things.
You gonna be okay handling that thing?
Oh, it's fine. It's more unwieldy than it is heavy.
She's not one to pack light, I guess.
Nope.
Right.
All right,
Okay.
taking us to the church. We can stick it in a mausoleum, or we can just put it in the church itself. Maybe a mausoleum.
Yeah.
There's one that Ichabod likes to sleep in. I don't think.
He's probably not gonna mess with any of this. It's not
Probably
really
not gonna miss.
his thing. Oh yeah, and I guess we might have grabbed some things out of his special closet.
Oh yeah. This is his favorite.
Whatever
room.
is left
This
in
is his
there.
favorite wash rag. There's
Yeah.
this weird kids toys collection.
Yes. Whatever weird toys and books and who knows what else was in there.
There's a skeletal hand for some reason, and he just puts that in there too. I don't ask questions.
Okay.
I don't.
You know, most days I'm lucky to understand what the hell he's even talking about.
Yep.
So
And there's some highly annotated books of children's stories. It's like Grimm's fairy tale, like, fairy tales, but it's
He's
like
kind of
all,
thumbing
like
through it, like
annotated.
huh. I
Little
still don't
sketches
understand
and
him.
drawings in the margins.
Pretty good artist, though. We'll close it and tuck it in there, and we will set on our way.
All right.
Probably not
pass
trying to
through.
look discreet, because
Yeah,
we're
you're just
pushing a wheelbarrow of shit. There's no way to make that look discreet or casual, so we're just gonna go.
Gustav has offered to carry the quilt, the pyramid wrapped up in the quilt.
Yeah.
Because y'all have your arms full.
Yes.
You get some strange looks, but no one messes with 3 guys carrying a bunch of stuff. There are some looters about,
Sure.
so they're just like, maybe they're looters.
Sure.
We don't want to mess with them.
Yeah.
They look tough. They
Yeah.
look mean. The one guy
Yeah.
is just kind of weird and creepy, and he smells like formaldehyde. So we're
Yeah.
good.
I mean, and we're leaving the direction of a block of the city that is being burned. So
Mhm. Yeah, you guys
your
actually
own
kind of feel the
map.
heat a little bit if the wind blows the right way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll make our way to the church and I guess look for that mausoleum that
All right.
Chad
There are a
indicated.
couple mausoleums, but there's one that's a bit larger and more ornate than the rest that you guys know. It's pretty much just has one rich guy's corpse in there, and so it's pretty spacious and empty. He kind of like pries the door open and grinds open. All right, I say we just leave it all in here.
Yeah, stash it in there and see what happens, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe I'll leave a note for Ichabod. In case he's like, what's all this stuff in here?
Like what? Roses are red, violets are blue, don't touch it. You?
Doesn't belong to you? I feel like it does have to be in story format. Maybe like,
Yeah.
once upon a time, there was a fire that burned down the town, but the stuff was kept safe, so it wouldn't be found.
Yeah. So hold on. And Jim's gonna dig in the stuff like where he had his letters and just like start writing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so once upon a time there was a fire in town. Yeah.
All right, so that kind of rhymes.
Sure.
Don't mess with things that ain't yours. Perhaps it's yours.
He's writing it down.
But even though most of this stuff belongs to some whores, it rhymes.
You know, that's not bad. No,
It's
actually,
gotta
it's real
rhyme.
bad, but
It's real bad, but hopefully Ichabod's the only one who reads this note.
it'll do. We'll go with it.
Will do. All right.
He'll just like
leave that
set it on top
right
of
on top.
Yeah. Set on he'll throw like a blanket or something on top of all
Yeah.
the stuff and stick
You
the note
guys
right
could
on top of
actually
there with a pin.
put the blankets from like the inn and like wrap like throw it over the top and then put the note
Mhm.
like pin it.
Yeah. Yep. There. Hopefully he'll get the picture if he decides to do
All right.
the party.
We'll
and
sign
turn
it. Jim and Chad. Now he knows.
up. Right.
All right. Not like, oh, it's this
Right.
mystery author, because he'll do that. I have a feeling he just. All right, let's go. This is a solid plan.
That's-
I'm
at
not a
least
poet
the
either.
important stuff is safe. So
Yeah.
and the money's in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna give a shit
It's
about
a-
the money, I don't think. So that's
No,
good, at
no.
least.
I'm just worried about him trying on Anais's clothes or something. And I mean, I did lock the trunk, but I don't think that'd stop him. So.
Yeah.
But then at that point, I really feel like it's his fault, not ours, and we left the note.
Do you think she'll be pissed we touched her stuff?
Not if the building burns down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
There's like we've got like a 50-50 shot.
okay. Well, you know.
All right.
I guess we should make our way back.
Yep. All right. You good, Gustav? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm just seeing so many, crypts that are unsealed. In fact, you could just take these down to the crematorium if you wanted to free up space. Just keep adding names.
Honestly, Ichabod likes them.
Here's a strange
around.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is an offer. If you ever start getting full up in here, my business is always open.
Of course. All right. Well, let's go find you a back room with a safe exit, and you can sit and figure that thing out, and we'll see what our good friend, the visitor, is up to, I guess.
Sounds good. Sounds good indeed. Let's just go. And,
Meanwhile,
you guys-
Jim is very not so secretly hoping like Anais or someone is entertaining Menes because that seems like that will work well.
Maybe. We'll find out. So you guys exit the church and make your way towards the river. And you see several more kind of mobs of people they're kind of almost in a frenzied state tonight. They're just very passionate. You can almost smell like the hatred and fear in the air. This is definitely some kind of plague curse thing.
Yeah, people are freaking out. Should we seem a little more riled than usual, don't you think?
Yeah, let's just hope it isn't all coming to a head tonight, because I just, I had plans this weekend. I want Mardi Gras. It's coming up. I was hoping that this plague would be done by then.
I don't know about that,
Maybe.
but well,
Well, if it's a curse, if we stop the curse, then hopefully it'll just immediately end. I don't know exactly how plague curses work, but it's a theory.
no idea. I just hope this Gree bag that Miss Laveau gave me is gonna work.
Well, he pats his right pocket, and I got one too, and it's worked so far.
All right, good to know. Yeah, he'll go and just kind of get a little closer to the back edge of the mob and just try to listen and see what they're yelling about.
Okay, give me a wits streetwise check.
Yeah. I got the wits. I'm not that streetwise, I don't think. But okay.
I feel like that's a good mob.
I'm just 4d10 all the time. That's all Jim does.
Average is not bad. Especially
He's
since you got 3
extremely average.
successes. 3 successes
Yay.
there is not bad at all. Woo! So you kind of get the feeling that these people are worked up. They're terrified because there's a plague. Some of them are convinced that vampires are running amok in the town, and they're afraid for their spouses' lives and their children's lives. And then some people are just really mad. They don't exactly know why, but they're whipped up into this frenzy. It's kind of the mob mentality thing is starting to take over the city. You see them set fire to a shed that's kind of old and dilapidated, but set off, not even burning anyone at this time. They want change. They want something to happen, but they don't have a leadership for this right now, and so they're just kind of going wild.
They're just kind of
a little bit
going crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Where does this particular mob seem like they're headed?
This particular mob seems like they're headed kind of in the area, Bourbon Street type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So where all the bars are, a lot of where the nightlife takes place.
Okay.
So a lot of the bars. You guys aren't on Bourbon Street. You guys actually have your address, because I did some New Orleans research. I know. You guys are, let me go to my locations, on the corner of Burgundy Street and St. Anne.
Okay.
I forgot your slogan was good to the last drop.
Yeah.
Bar and brothel.
Yeah.
Good to the last drop.
In so many ways.
And the Ivory Chapel is on Trim and Ursuline's Street. So it's pretty close by.
Yeah, I think we'll make our way back to the party. Jim's not gonna try to stop this mob because he's literally one person and they have fire. That's problematic in the worst way.
Little bit. So you guys head back to the Mississippi River, where you guys rented a basically an event venue. It's real nice.
A hall.
Mm-hmm. You hear someone's taking over the piano for you as you enter up. You guys kind of stick Gustav in like the kitchen area, like off to the side.
Sure.
It's got, the back door so the servants can come in.
Yeah.
You stick him in there, and he just kind of chills in the pantry. And it's like, I will study this in here. Let me know if you need me. If you need me, if I hear screaming, I'm probably going to just leave the back door. I'll leave this here, so unless you want me to take it back to the crematorium.
Yeah, maybe keep it safe if the worst happens. We'll come find you.
So sounds good, I can do that. And he's gonna just kind of get in the pantry.
Yeah, he's gonna hide out in the pantry and study that weird pyramid.
This
okay.
weird magical item. So,
all right.
You enter back and you see that Anais is taking over at the piano.
Okay.
For you. And Father Seamus is performing some lovely baptisms, because that's what Father Seamus does. He's Ichabod is having a tea party with the children. And is there anyone you look out for anyone you look for in particular?
The Justicar is that Bruja Justicar is there.
He appears to be speaking with what's her face?
Did he really hanging out with Dari? A lot?
He did. Oh yeah, he's totally with Dari right now.
So they're spending a lot of time together. What is Menis doing? He went into the party.
He is watching.
He's in a spot.
He's watching the puppet play performance of Jonah and the whale with the children.
Jonah and a whale.
And a whale. Yes.
I mean, okay. That seems.
Ichabod's sitting cross-legged with the kids in the front row. There's a couple kids behind him kind of stand and look over his shoulder. But the magician Peter, he's doing his little puppet show, and he appears to be kind of sitting on the cross-armed, leaning against the wall, watching it.
Okay. How about our friend Big Bill, in giant air quotes?
Big Bill Thompson appears to be talking quietly with Jamal, actually.
Okay.
Jamal doesn't seem to be very talkative, but he's talking Jamal's ear off.
Sure. Is there a way Jim could kind of meander in that general direction and try to hear what they're chatting about?
Yeah, you can meander that way. You hear Big Bill. He's just going, "Now, I know your type, Mr. Jamal, sir. And it does indeed appear that you will like information and the like. So let me tell you about some of my finest pieces of work. Do you remember the Black Plague? Oh, started that in little old London not too far back. Claimed a lot of lives, but it just really never held a candle to the creativity that I got to exude with the 10 Plagues of Egypt. Let me tell you, that is what I consider some of my finest pieces of work. I do think, though, that this little shindig right here, there's a lovely little piece in New Orleans. I'd say it's in the top 10, maybe. Especially if it continues on like I think it will." And he's just going on about, you can see this interesting sentence that I got to play with in here, specifically hatred and fear. Those are two elements I do not often get to incorporate into a plague. But seeing as how this is, a cursed plague, well, I got to get a little bit more liberty with my creative side.
How'd you incorporate those, if you don't mind my asking, sir?
Oh, well, you see, that is a trade secret. Unfortunately, I cannot reveal the art of my trade, as it is in my contract. However, let me just tell you, it is running rampant, and the longer it goes on, the worse it's gonna get.
Say you're doing some pretty good work out there. I was running some errands out in town, and people are getting pretty hot outside.
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed, they appear to be. I told you I would taken the evening off. However, put certain people in charge to continue my work.
I see. Well,
As
they
I
seem to be
said,
doing
I made a deal and I have
fine
to
job.
uphold my end. Usually, the dealee wishes to keep a lid on the situation, but not under any sort of non-disclosure agreement with this one, so I get to boast about it a little bit.
Oh, they didn't want you to keep it a secret, huh?
Now, it's more like she didn't know that was a thing. She had to specify. She's such a new dealing with demons, some of these practitioners of voodoo. There's some of them are right careful now, you see. But Miss Jessica, well, she's pretty new. And she doesn't quite know what she was getting herself into.
Huh. Yeah, you know where she's at these days?
Well, I believe I
hiding
saw
out?
her in attendance at this party.
Alright. Huh.
Granted, she doesn't know it's me that made the deal with her because I'm in a different body now. She made a deal with Mr. Anthony Bordeaux. But I figured I'd stick around and see how my work checked out, especially after we put that taxman off my scent.
Oh, he showed up, did he?
Oh, wait, the taxman's coming here?
He ran into us in the street and seemed real interested in coming to this party.
Well, it's been a pleasure being y'all's guest of honor, but I do believe I have got to go. Use the little boy's room. I'll be back later.
Well, if you haven't seen him, he may have gotten held up along the way. I wouldn't worry about it too much. We kind of
That
played
is
real dumb.
A classic. Well, I'll just keep my eyes peeled wide open then, and if you see him, you just hoot like an owl or something. I'll hear you, and you won't even notice me go.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, I'm just gonna go get another glass of the punch. I mean, the communion wine.
Yeah. It's just regular wine, I think, right?
It is just regular wine.
Yeah.
It is.
We didn't doctor it.
We had to specify, but it definitely is regular communion wine.
It's not Father Seamus's very special communion wine.
It's not his special communion wine. There's too many other people here. And they
Yeah.
didn't want to risk it, which is a good plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at this point, Jim would keep an eye out for if Mr. Jack Brady is around.
Okay. You don't see him about yet, if he's coming at all.
Okay. Yeah, and for now, he'd probably just keep a bit of a vigil and occasionally, see what Menes is doing, because at this point, he's mostly just trying to see what's going on and buy some time until they can get some info from Gustav.
Yeah, they can get some info from Gustav. That is an excellent plan. Menes, he's still watching the puppet show to a certain extent. Give me one more. Let's go with a wits awareness.
Okay. Oof. 2 successes.
Okay. All right. So you're looking at Menes, and then suddenly you notice you're not the only one who's looking at Menes. You notice that there's a human girl in a pretty plain looking dress.
Mm-hmm.
She's got her hair kind of braided over her shoulder. She's kind of looking, staring daggers at him.
Okay. Yeah, he'll sidle on over. Something wrong, ma'am? You don't look like you're having a good time.
I'm just so worried about this plague and all. It's terrible. I'm so glad that there's a wonderful vigil such as this to comfort the people.
Yeah, it's the father puts on a pretty good. I hate to call it a party, but I mean,
Yes, it's
people are gathered.
so effective at protecting the youth. Then you know they're all we have.
Yeah, it's
The
just
youth.
to lighten the mood, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh, and what's your name, sir?
Jim Kelly. I work with Miss Dari at her establishment. Just an errand boy, mostly.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
And-
nice.
And you, ma'am?
Oh, I'm Jessica Jameson.
Oh, nice to meet you, Miss Jameson.
Yes.
What brought you here? You up for a baptism or something?
Oh well, I just wanted to see how the community spirit was holding up. Mostly, my husband died recently, vicious animal
Yes.
attack, and
I see.
Well-
I'm sorry.
I just, wanted to make sure the plague wouldn't get me too. She's kind of not looking at you, but looking like just over your shoulder at
Mhm.
Nenny's when she says that.
Yeah. You seem
So
to
I
be staring
figured
at
I'd-
that gentleman an awful lot.
Oh, he looks like someone that I've seen once before, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Like, is that someone I know? Is it not? I'd rather not introduce
Sure.
myself, and embarrass myself potentially. So,
Huh. Right.
Just,
Well,
great puppet show though. That's a right nice entertainer you got there.
yeah, our barkeep went and a wizard, so to speak.
Magic. It's kids love it.
Yeah. You know a thing or two about magic, ma'am?
Oh well, not really.
He's just kind
a
of
little,
looking at her like real pointedly.
just a little voodoo. Everyone in New Orleans does a little voodoo.
Oh yeah, sure. Just a little bit. Curses and that sort of thing.
Oh, I would never do anything like that.
No?
It's mostly just protection. These are troubling times.
Yeah. So, sorry, I hate to bring up a terrible thing, but your husband, you said it was an animal attack?
Vicious animal. One of the worst. Happened right on the edge of the swamp. He was coming home from work one day. He was a trapper.
I see. Never quite figured out what kind, or figure just a gator?
Well, I swear I saw something, but no one really believed me, so we just got blamed on the official death report as a gator attack.
Interesting.
Must have been the moonlight
Well,
playing tricks on my eyes.
Never know. People are yelling about vampires lately with this plague and all.
So they are. Wouldn't surprise me. Be a practitioner of voodoo, I believe a bit in the supernatural.
I mean, listen, I'm not from around here, to be quite honest. I'm more of a city boy myself. But you really buy into that? Vampires? I mean, seems weird,
Well,
doesn't it?
I've seen many strange things in my life, and let's just say it wouldn't surprise me if they were real. And she kind of glances over your shoulder again.
Seems that's like right up on there with saying that demons exist. Now, I have read about that. I have read the Bible, that kind of thing. But demons, supernatural stuff.
I was never particularly religious myself, but with these times, maybe who knows? Maybe there are demons.
I don't know. Say, like, what would one look like or do? What would be the point? People are bad enough on their own, don't you think?
They are pretty awful. I don't know. Well, you know, if demons are real, it means angels must be real too. Yeah, probably a thing balance or something. It'd probably be just someone who corrupts people, or maybe they actually do look like those little red fellers with horns and a tail. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I mean,
And she looks like she's sweating a little bit.
yeah, I'll bet. I don't know. Seems to me like they wouldn't want to be that obvious about it, right?
Well, who am I to claim to know?
Speculate.
What the?
If they were real, they'd try to blend in, right?
Maybe. I mean, I've heard of people getting, you know, in the Bible, people get possessed by demons. You know, they're generally a bit crazy.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I don't really buy it. I just see a
Well-
lot of people getting mad and going on a witch hunt for no good reason.
Well, maybe, you know, maybe there's a good reason in their minds. I don't. I keep to myself mostly, but I figured I'd see how the rest of the population was holding up with all these terrors in the night that have been going on lately. Glances over your shoulder
Mhm.
again. Just want to make sure that everyone's taken care of.
Yeah, well, the good father is doing his part to make sure everyone's taken care of.
I'm sure he is.
You keep looking back that way. Something got your attention, ma'am?
That was just, you know, it's a good puppet show.
Huh. Well, listen.
Good story, Jonah and the Whale.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
those people in Nineveh? They all got,
Yeah,
whole city got burned down. To the Lord's wrath.
yeah. Feels a little close to home lately. What with all the
Interesting
burning.
choice. Well, puppet show tonight, considering all that's going on, but he'd probably just get to the point where Mr. Jonah got spat out and continued on his mission.
Yeah.
The other part isn't so kid-friendly.
Yeah, he's probably gonna edit a few things for the sake of the kids.
Probably.
Would you like to go talk to that gentleman over there? I could.
Oh no,
introduce you.
I think I need another glass of water, and her cup's empty. She's been sipping on it. And she kind of
Sure.
excuse me for a moment, would you? And as
Of
she kind of
course.
slides away, glancing over your shoulder again. I think that's where we're gonna end it for
Mhm.
tonight. And so that way when we come back, we're in the thick of the party. And we
Yep.
and you know, Jim wasn't gone for that long, so we can get the rest of everybody else caught up pretty quick. But so yeah, what did you think? What did you think, Jess, of your little
Well-
one-on-one session?
I myself and Jim have different thoughts. We made a one-on-one work, a 1-2-1 thing work, sort of, kind of, somehow.
Yeah,
Jim
I've
talked to a lot
done
of people.
one-on-one
That's
things before, but
yeah,
not
that's
at the last minute.
no, right. Hey, we did what we could. Hopefully, it was
We did.
entertaining. Yeah, Jim talks to people. That's kind of the thing that he can do.
Yeah, Jim.
Uh,
Jim's a good talker.
Yes. Ostensibly, he's also good at shanking people in a back alley, but he hasn't had to do that in a while. But
Nobody
Miss
expects the
Jessica-
Jim position.
Listen. It's
So
kind of
true,
true, though. It was interesting.
No one expects.
No one expects the Jim-quisition. Aw. And we'll find out what the weird pyramid is next week, maybe, I guess.
Yes, you know, we'll find out. Maybe the chat can have. Maybe we'll reach a viewer decision next week, and the chat can tell us what the pyramid
Yeah.
does. So make sure you retweet next week, guys. In the meanwhile, I
Make
will
it-
accidentally knock over dishes. And where
Make
can we
it
find
good.
you online, Jess? Yeah.
I'm Little Cup of Joe somewhere, wherever it might say those things. On Twitter, that's the best place to find me. Although this Sunday on my Twitch channel, I am premiering a Ryutama campaign that is going to be super awesome and very JRPG. esque, and that's exciting. Oh, and
Super
Friday, doing a super spooky monster of the week thing on my channel as well. Friday evening.
Ooh, that'll be exciting.
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be scary.
Mm-hmm. You can find me online at Laugh Love Lindy, where I DM a bunch of stuff, played a bunch of things, a lot of Call of Cthulhu, a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, Ryutama, some other fun things. I almost hiccuped that whole time. Next week, unfortunately, I will not be DMing Vampire the Masquerade because I will be driving home from Canada. I don't know if Will's planning on doing like a one-shot or something, but I will not be here next week. So that gives you guys 2 weeks to think of something awesome that pyramid does, guys. 2 weeks to think about it. You better come up with something good.
Please make it good. We have a very ancient vampire to deal with.
You do.
And
Any
a demon
Halloween
and
special?
a taxman and a...
A taxman. Who knows who that taxman is? I don't know about
Right?
any Halloween specials. There's always Call of Cthulhu, which is creepy. I do know that tomorrow on Call of Cthulhu, tomorrow afternoon from 1 to 4, that Redundant UK is going to be DMing a little one-shot. So that'll be super exciting. I've never had him as a DM before, and I'm super hyped for it. Pretty sure there's something involving an asylum. It's going to be really creepy, really cool, really fun. And if you want to see me DM again tonight from about 8:30 to 10:30 on my channel, I'm going to be DMing a crazy random one-shot, and then starting up a new campaign on my channel next month called Mists of Ravenloft, which I'm really looking forward to. It's basically all of the old school Ravenloft campaigns updated to 5th and mishmashed together to make a long campaign. So that's going to be fun. And I wish I could clone myself and GM all the time and playing all the games Vampire Vaxeldan,
Yes,
but
please.
unfortunately I can't. I'm going to mispronounce your name. Olada, do we know more about him than he is a Malkavian? You know that he is very old. It has been suggested that he's a 4th generation Malkavian, like a Methuselah even?
He's like heckin' old. Super old.
Really ancient. Like, you probably don't want to mess with him. So that's what you guys know.
Yeah.
How
old is ancient Egypt? He's that old.
If you look up, if you Google Menes, MENES, in ancient Egypt, you might get some things about, who united the dynasties, the first dynasty, and the second of he might be that guy. He might be that one. So, we'll see what that means for our players in a couple of weeks, because they all decided let's put everyone in the same room together at the same time, and so it's really going to depend on what they do as to whether New Orleans burns down or stays intact, or if they die, or what. So
we packed everything. Chad and I got it on lock. We packed stuff up.
we packed stuff and put it in the chapel.
We can leave whenever
You're
we
gonna have to kill him
want.
during the day. Yeah. Good luck, Jim. You're gonna kill him during the day. And might as well pronounce his name Menace. Ha 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 ha. That's excellent. Currently, Will's in a meeting, so we have like 2 more minutes. He's gonna take us out dead on 6:45. So let us know what you think about all this Vampire the Masquerade stuff. Feel free to join in the Discord. I know there's a I don't know if there's an exclamation point in Discord. I'll try it.
There might be. Give it a shot.
Yeah,
There it is.
So check it out on the Discord, Vampire the Masquerade section. Feel free to ask any questions in there, or let us know what you think, who your favorite characters are, what your favorite moments were from the show. I had super fun with this little one-on-one session. I wouldn't mind doing these with all the characters at some point in time. It was just a lot of interesting timing with the party going on. So you guys are super awesome. Thank you much, chat.
Thank
You guys are the best. And I really can't wait to get back into this again. This little 1v1 was fun.
Yes, and also do lots of hype for Lindy, like coming up with stuff on the fly, because
That's how I roll. I'm an improv DM.
Yes, the most improv, the best. It was fun.
Improbable.
1v1, 1-to-1 sessions are kind of interesting sometimes. They're
It can be really interesting. You got to learn a lot about certain characters through it, so more so than you would in a regular campaign. So I like them. I just, taking us out in 10 seconds. Love you guys.
All right.
Bye. I think we're out.